So, hello guys. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. This is my first video talking about anime. So, if there's anything that I need to improve on, just let me know and I'll try to work on it. So, God of High School is a new anime that came out on Crunchyroll, as everyone knows. And you guys know what happened with God of High School. You know, some people really enjoyed it. Me personally, I think it was okay. The ending did get me kind of hyped. Now with God of High School, I read some of it. I read all the way up until they got to the one guy to the red with the red hair or whatever, and then I kind of stopped from there. But overall, I think Tower of God is okay. You know, it's kind of confusing. I mean, even now, the only character I really know, or the characters that I know, is Rachel and Bam. And Rachel is a snake and Bam is a simp. And that's all anyone ever knows. I mean, they try to, expand, the cast and everything, but I don't really get where this is going, So it's kind of a confusing anime. But back on topic, God of High School. I think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be that good. From the first 3 episodes that have come out, the animation has been very mediocre. And with an anime like God of High School, which is basically just a tournament arc, the animation needs to be the one thing that needs to be good. That's the one thing that needs to be perfect, I mean, of course there can be some exceptions, but overall the animation hasn't been that good. And I don't know what it is about webtoons turning into animes, but the pacing is so weird. Like from the first episode to the second episode, so much happened, but it all happened so fast to where we couldn't really keep up. We couldn't comprehend what was really going on, Now when I was reading the webtoon, obviously that's what makes manga or manhwa a little bit better than anime, in my opinion, is you can go at your own pace. So when something happens and you're a little confused, you can always go back. But with this, the pacing was just a little weird, and I couldn't even figure out what was really going on. So now with the animation is not that good. Now if you see, some of the clips here and there, there's very like small moments where the animation is actually pretty decent. I'm talking about like Naruto level, Kakashi versus Obito level. But it's only for a split second, most of the time you can't even really see what's going on. It's just covered by smoke, and it's very irritating because, like I said before, this whole anime is basically a tournament arc, and when you can't even see the fights, and there's been like 4 or 5 fights, it's kind of like, what are you watching the show for? All the characters are very generic, You got your main protagonist, which is basically a bootleg Naruto. I mean, even his character model design with the sleeping mask, on his head, which was the same thing with Kid Naruto. He had the goggles on his head. The female protagonist is basically Sakura, except she's actually strong. And then you got the other character, which I don't know the names to any of these guys. And honestly, it just seems like these guys don't really have a personality. I mean, all of these characters just seem very similar to, the 3 main protagonists from Naruto. And honestly, I think the story is very lackluster. All of the reason for why the characters do things that they do is very generic, in my opinion. I feel like none of the characters bring anything new, They're just characters that we've seen before, and the only thing that makes this show unique is the fact that it's just fighting, We've all wanted that show of just fighting, just straight hands, no side story, no extra backstory, just straight hands. And I believe that the manhwa does a very good job of that, because you don't go there expecting much, You just expect to see fights. Now, the thing is with manhwa is I don't like seeing fights in mangas or through pages. That's why I kind of stopped reading the manhwa and waited until the anime came out. But I don't know, it's just the pacing seemed a little off to me, and the animation doesn't seem to be at its best. So I have my doubts about the show, and I don't really know where it's gonna go to, next. But hopefully it gets better. I know with a lot of shows like Gintama, I started watching that about 2 weeks ago. The beginning of the show was very slow, and I didn't find it as funny. But as the episodes, as the show kept going, I started to get comfortable with the characters, and I started feeling for the characters, and maybe that's what the show is gonna do too. But so far, I don't see any. I'm not seeing anything good coming out of the show yet. So hopefully, it changes in the future. This is basically the end of the video. So if you enjoyed this video, do the casual stuff. If you have any anything you want to tell me, anything that I need to do better, anything I need to stop. I know I say and a lot, but I'm working on it. This is my first video talking about anime, and as you could, I don't know if you could tell, but I am pretty passionate about anime. I spend a lot of my time watching anime and playing video games, so I do like to talk about it. So if there's anything I need to work on, let me know. And yeah, if there's any other anime that you would want me to talk about, put it in the comment section below. Just let it all out. So, thank you for watching this video, and peace.